Oh yes, it is Phantom Int Radio. Yours truly at the board, Mike with you in the Fortress of Attitude, discussing a pretty touchy topic that hits close to home for many of us working in the radio industry. I'm talking, of course, the decline of radio and why the South just may be the worst place to do radio. Getting to the main point of the historical importance of radio with its cultural impacts and challenges faced in the digital age, such as the rise and fall of radio, where we've seen the heyday of radio being the 1920s through the 1950s as a primary source of entertainment and information. As we transition into the decline of radio, with the emergence of television and later digital platforms, we end up to where we are today with changing listener habits and shifting towards on-demand and personalized content. This decline is due in part to the Telecommunications Act of 1996. This act made significant changes to the regulations governing telecommunications, including the ownership rules, which allowed companies to own multiple radio stations in a single market, leading to increased consolidation. Think of iHeartRadio, for example. You got one DJ for 15 different states. How impersonal can that be? How relevant is that to you when they're playing the same playlist over and over again based on a Nielsen report that says this is what a majority of people want to listen to? And now your commercials don't even sound like they're local. There is no locale left when you get to this level. In the face of adversity, facing challenges with streaming services and media platforms where people, for instance, can go to SoundCloud and upload their own music productions, which is great. Now we have that much more to listen to. Unfortunately, on the flip side of that, anybody with the Internet of Things and access to upload can upload anything and label it as music. And that might be at the top of the list because we're in a day where it's paid to play, where there are no more talent scouts. And now we're getting to actual quotes from industry professionals like Bob Pittman, a lot of you know, the chairman and CEO of iHeartMedia. Pittman has often discussed the challenges facing traditional radio in the digital age, emphasizing the need for innovation and adaptation to remain competitive. Now, iHeart owns 855 stations, or had owned 855 stations a couple of years back. They even bought out Clear Channel. But their rivals are doing better than them because their exceedingly high expectations have declined in recent years. Let's talk 2018, iHeartMedia was aiming to cut its debt of around $20 billion in half and filed for what was described as the largest bankruptcy of the year and the 30th largest bankruptcy ever. And then getting to a lot of radio stations, which you can't find this information online really easy, between AI and the way the internet is controlled, and if you pay for enough advertisement and protection, you'll come up on every search. Any keyword you put in, it'll pop up the advertisement for whoever has paid the most. We all know that. iHeart sold Tampa radio station studios for $3.8 million, talking about 93.3 FLZ, 98 Rock, and WFLA 970 AM. So this company isn't doing great by any means. So talking about the three rivals of iHeart, and probably the top three platforms I would recommend going with if you want A, some customization, personalization, B, relevancy to your life and not just people that are 2,500 miles away. I would start with Spotify. If you feel like coming out of pocket, Sirius FM is good. Pandora. These are the top three platforms that this generation and the generation under me and the next generation has been projected to go with. If not these three by that time, well, there'll be more that follow this particular business structure.